Deregulation is the removal or simplification of government rules and regulations that constrain the operation of market forces. Deregulation contributed to the economic crisis because it allowed savings and loan companies to make risky investments with people's money, which resulted in people losing their investments and making it near impossible to pay back their loans that companies sold to them as predatory loans. Consolidation is the merging of many small companies into much larger ones. Consolidation contributed to the economic crisis because it made companies too big to fail. But when one company fell, millions of people lost their jobs. Financialization is the trend towards the vastly expanded role for financial institutions, financial markets, financial actors, and financial motives in the operation of the U.S. and global economies. This affected the crisis by removing most of the factory-based jobs for higher-paying jobs in the financial business. When these businesses failed, they were left unemployed. Political capture is when the political system, instead of acting in the favor of the public, acts on behalf of their financial contributors. They then influence other government officials and input laws and regulations to help the business that contributed to them. This influenced the financial crisis because it led to deregulation. Today, the way we get loans and mortgages is different than how we used to. The new way is called securitization. Securitization is a practice of pooling various types of debts, such as residential mortgages, and selling them to be traded within the financial market. This heavily contributed to the economic crisis we're going through today, primarily focusing on the housing crisis. In the past, home buyers would simply buy and make mortgage payments to and from lenders. However, now there is a long list of places the money is sent to in order to maximize profit. The first two steps stay the same, with the home buyers taking loans from lenders, but after lenders make the loans, they sell them to investment banks for more profit. After this, the loans aren't their problem and they don't have to deal with them anymore. After investment banks get a hold of the loans, most of which at this time were predatory loans, they got them rated by agencies and sold them as CDOs or collateral debt obligations to individual investors and investment bank companies. This caused an economic crisis because when people were unable to pay their mortgages because they were sold predatory loans, they were unable to pay them off. This raised the rates for the rest of the people in their CDO in order for investors to keep making money. Soon enough, everyone was unable to pay their mortgages because of the high interest rates, and people lost their homes and jobs.
The economic crisis affected Antioch, causing homelessness, an increase in job cuts, and the budgeting for education being taken away by the state. Home prices in the Bay Area haven't hit bottom, but soon will, according to the Wall Street Journal. With home prices falling, the amount of money people still owe on their homes is much higher than the value of the home itself. There was a total of 1,107 foreclosure homes reported in Antioch in April of 2012. The people of Antioch are still not able to pay their mortgages, causing them to turn over their homes to banks and become homeless. Most of us, if not everyone, know someone who has lost their home because they are unable to keep up with their payments. Just taking a walk through the streets of Antioch, anyone can see foreclosures, short sales, and abandoned houses. Job cuts in California have been massive recently. Even though hundreds of layoffs have been canceled in California, job cuts are still taking a toll on the city of Antioch. Teachers have been heavily affected in our community. Teachers who do not have 3 or more years of seniority get pink slips at the end of each school year and must be rehired for the next school year. Talking to teachers at Deutsche Olivia alone, we found out that many of their co-workers have been pink slipped since the start of the school 4 years ago. In 2011, nearly 20,000 teachers received a pink slip according to the California Teachers Association. In Antioch alone, 20 teachers were pink slipped last year. With the decrease in teachers, the number of students in a classroom rises, which affects the learning environment of the students. Students do not get as much one-on-one time with the teachers as they should. Also, with the decrease in supervision, children tend to act up, increasing the number of behavioral issues. Not only has the education of Antioch been affected by the teacher layoffs, but the budget cuts have also affected the students' learning environment. The low budget has caused the AUSD to drop music and athletic programs, lower the budget for in-school activities, school supplies, and materials. Interviewing teachers and students has revealed that schools are forced to make do with what they have, which is not always enough. In the end, it can all be looked at as a cycle. Without education, we cannot get a job. Without a job, we cannot make enough money to cover expenses such as mortgage, food, transportation, and education, which brings us back to the beginning of the cycle.
What should be done about concentrated financial power? How can we do it?
Cut taxes. This would increase the consumer confidence in business investing, causing an increase in the amount of people hired by these businesses. More business spending and investing results in higher profits and higher demand for workers. Make repayment terms for mortgages longer to reduce the flood of foreclosures. Longer terms means less amount of money per payment, making payments more affordable and helping borrowers keep up with payments. Cut government spending and increase consumer spending. This would decrease the taxes, which put more money in people's pockets, so that
increase consumer confidence by providing incentives to people to encourage them to buy and invest on the country.
Spending citizen money on other things.
Increase consumer confidence by providing incentives to people keep buying and paying off debts to keep money and invest flowing in the country. When consumers decided to keep money to themselves, not enough money is being pushed through banks, causing a shortage on the money being invested in the country.